Congratulations! Yay! You got your design interview. And now you might wonder, what are the questions that you should ask during a design interview? Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Nikki and I create videos about UX design, product design, and design career. So make sure you check out this playlist if you want to learn more about design after this video. Interviewing is a two-way street. It's not only they interview you, it's also you interviewing them. And once the hiring managers and interviewers ask the questions from you, then they should give you some time to ask your own questions. And you know what? You actually don't need to be happy with all of the answers. So after the interview, they decide if they want to continue working with you, and you can also decide if you want to work with them. So here are the questions that you want to ask during the design job interview. The first question that you want to ask during the design job interview is, what will your week look like if you worked for the company? I usually ask this question and I don't ask about my day because one day can be different from another day, so I like to have an overview of what my week will look like. That actually gives a better understanding what this role is about. Asking this question, you can figure out what your responsibilities will be, who you need to work with, how many meetings you will have. And just a pro tip, pay attention to the meetings. I always ask follow-up questions. For example, how many hours do you want me to participate in meetings? If they would say 20 hours, I would probably run away. It's just too much. Just kidding. As you progress in your career, you will have more meetings. I guarantee you that. The next question that you want to ask during the design interview is, how large is the product development team? Who's considered product development team? You actually want to figure out the structure of the team. Is it the product owner, product managers, developers, testers, business analysts, change managers, marketing, other stakeholders that you need to be aware of? You also want to figure out how large the product design team is. And the other thing that I always ask, how many developers a designer works with. If they give you a 1-to-10 ratio, 1 designer, you, and 10 developers, you will be overstretched. So it's kind of a red flag. The next question that you want to ask during the design job interview is, how does the team collaborate with each other? How does the team collaborate with other teams? What you want to figure out during this question is, what is their product development process? When does a designer get involved? How do they collaborate with designers? And I always consider ourselves, designers, as part of the product development team because we design the product. This is part of the product development cycle. And what I would encourage you to figure out, when do they involve designers? Have they already figured out the solution to the problem and then they involve you later on? Once they already had all of the discussions with the stakeholders, again, that is a red flag. I'm not saying you shouldn't take that job. You just gotta be aware of the fact that this company might be a little bit lower maturity from the UX point of view. So you probably need to do a little bit of more design education and bringing the team on the journey. The next question that you want to ask during the design job interview is, how do you plan your product? Does the company have a product development roadmap? With this question, you also want to figure out who prioritizes the product roadmap, if there is a product roadmap. Also, how many user feedback they get. What is their relationship with the customers? Is there any usability testing cadence already implemented in the product development cycle? At this stage, you also would like to understand if you had the opportunity to talk to users, to talk to customers. We cannot call ourselves user experience designers if we don't have personal relationship with customers. We just can't. You also want to figure out what is the way to get in touch with customers, for example, through usability testing, user research, discovery workshop, phone interviews, or anything else. The next question that you want to ask during the design job interview is about your career development. What is my career development path here? If I joined. Let's say you join as a junior designer, how many years you need to stay in that position to get promoted to be a senior designer, and then a lead designer, and then a manager, if this is what you would like to pursue. You also want to figure out if they provide any kind of mentorship. Also, how often your performance gets measured and measured by who? Do they provide any career pathways? And what are the metrics that you are measured on? I would also ask, who is the top performer who I should watch if I get hired, and what is that single one thing they did exceptionally well so that I can achieve my career goals there as well. And just a bonus question that I always ask, what kind of manager my manager will be. Personally, I don't do micromanaging and I don't want to be micromanaged. If my new manager resembles that is definitely a red flag for me. Is your manager a design practitioner as well? Or is your manager only your home manager who signs your annual leaves? Also, you might want to ask how many people report to your manager. If your manager is a design practitioner, but your manager is also a manager of other 10 people, then your manager probably won't have time for you, not the time that you actually need. You also want to figure out what kind of relationship you need to have with your manager. Because some managers, they really leave you work autonomously, but then others, they really like to sit with you and, really involved in your work. Alright, so these are the questions that I would definitely ask during a design job interview, and I would encourage you to ask all of these questions because interviewing is a two-way street. By the way, if you would like to learn more about UX design and design career, make sure you check out both of my playlists. I'm sure you'll find something useful in them. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I see you next time. Bye.